Hey everybody, my name is Donald. Thank you very much for checking out one of my videos. In this video, I'm going to talk about how I would learn digital marketing if I could start over in 2024. So first I'll talk about why learning digital marketing is important. Digital marketing is super important if you're a consultant, coach, a small business owner, even a student in marketing. I think it's important to learn this skill. There's so many benefits to it, right? So for instance, if you have a website, you got a business, you need to attract your target market to your website or even your social media channels in order to generate business, right? You need to be able to understand your the target market. You need to create a brand, message, voice, things like that. And so definitely important. It's a definitely high income skill to have, and I would argue that um, being a digital marketer myself and owning a digital marketing full service digital marketing agency located in Vancouver, BC, Canada, that you know if you know this skill, you can actually literally start any type of business. Because what's one of the things that you need in order to build a business and start hiring a team? You need sales. In order to create sales, you need to generate certain level of expertise. You need to portray an authority in the industry. And in order to do that, you need to create a presence online. And so that's why digital marketing is super important and relevant. So, the skills that you need to learn in order to understand and do digital marketing, there are a large list of things that you can actually learn, but at the core, you probably want to start with a couple things, right? So there's website design. So if you want to have any presence online, that even if you're a personal brand, you want to have a website, right? You need to, if you want someone to buy, something on your website, you need to know how to do website design. Luckily, there's a lot of great, features, platforms out there that makes creating websites really easily. There's SEO, there's paid ads, media buying on Google Ads platform, the Bing Ads platform, Meta, the Facebook, Instagram ads, and then there's social media marketing, email marketing, newsletter marketing. So there's a number of things that you can actually learn with respect to digital marketing. So I believe that probably the best way to learn how to do it if you're just getting started is to go online, go on YouTube. There's a lot of free information of how to learn how to do digital marketing, of all the different topics within digital marketing that I just mentioned. You can buy an online course. Back when I did my MBA, there in the marketing world, the kind of the curriculum wasn't where it is at today. It was really kind of old school kind of textbook learning. And so there's a lot of great online courses to take in order to learn digital marketing. And at the end of the day, make sure that you are familiar with whoever's teaching it, that has good reviews, has relevant content to the things that you want to learn. But actually, I think the best way to learn is actually doing it yourself. And so, probably the first project they can do is create a personal branding website, right? And so now, before getting started, I would actually make a list of all the things that you want to learn in order to do digital marketing. And so you can list number one, website design. Number two, setting up social media. Number three, setting up all the tracking components to website. Number I would actually probably change number two and number three. I would actually make number two, set up Google Analytics, Google Search Console, Google Business Profile, and then social media accounts, social media marketing, and then paid ads. And so that's probably the way that I would learn. Just do it, right? And so if you're a consultant, or coach, you want to ensure that your website has things like about me, the links to your social media accounts so people can find you on social media. You want to have a contact page, and then probably list your services, your core expertise, and perhaps a portfolio as well, depending on the type of business you want to promote. But I would actually start with the website design, and what you can do is you can go to like a company called GoDaddy to register your domain. That would be a completely separate video of how to actually come up with the best URL structure, or usually it's the business name. Could be your name. If it's taken, then the strategies around that, in order to get the domain that you want. When I say domain, I mean like the URL, the www.soandso.com. And then, once you have that, then you want to choose the hosting platform for your website. So WordPress is a very popular one, very cost-effective one to create a website. There's Squarespace that has a lot of great themes. Even WordPress has a lot of great themes that you can implement into your website. Then there's Shopify for e-commerce. So depending on your goal and objective of your website, you want to have a website platform that aligns with your goals, right? And so I would create that website, create those certain pages. Maybe start with 3 to 5 pages. Like I said, the about, contact, services, portfolio, things like that. Links to your social media accounts. And then what you want to do is you want to go to Google and type in Google Analytics, Google Search Console, Google Business Profile, and set those all up and connect them to your website. That will be a separate, kind of tutorial video, education video, but I would do that. That way you can actually, and essentially in order to do that, in order to connect it to your website, each of those platforms, is to install a tag, and you can actually test to make sure it works as firing properly in order to get relevant data. So then you can get insights in terms of, like, for instance, Google Analytics. You can determine, who are your site visitors, how many conversions you're getting, things like that. You need to then set up something very separate, like something called goal conversions, so then you can actually track when, for instance, if someone fills out a contact form, then it converts to a lead, and then you want to create those goal conversions, so you're tracking those as well. And then you can create campaigns and directing traffic to your website, and then you can see which ones are performing well, which ones are not. And where this is relevant, if you're, for instance, an aspiring digital marketer, is you can actually say that even if you're just getting started, say, hey, I actually built out this website. I actually looked into the data and I was able to create campaigns around that. And so that's why it's really important to do that. Google Search Console enables you to give you a lot of great insights in terms of your website performance. If your pages are indexing properly, things like that. If it's not, then it'll give you suggestions on how to fix those. And then you want to connect, perhaps Google Tag Manager. So then you have kind of one main tag connect to your website, and then you can use that, for other ad campaign accounts. And then what you want to do is you want to set up Google Business Profile. You typically need to verify your business by sending a postcard. Google will send a postcard to your place of business, and you need to just verify that address with the code on the postcard. And then probably the next thing you want to do is set up social media accounts for all of the relevant social media accounts. And so what you want to do with that is you want to make sure that you have a short blurb about description about your business, the contacts, website, things like that. And then so kind of the major platforms that I like to set up accounts with are, like I said, Google Business Profile. It used to be called Google My Business. Then there's Facebook and Instagram under Meta. You want to actually connect the two together. And then there's Twitter, which is X now. There's Pinterest. There's TikTok. There's YouTube. And so those are kind of the main ones. LinkedIn also. So if you can create a company page. On Facebook, you can create a company page also. And so there's a number of things you can actually do to set that up, right? And so once you set them up, then you want to create a content calendar and make sure that you have a good cadence. And then as you do more posts on each of the platforms, you can actually automate certain posts as well. But I would probably choose at least 1 or 2 of the main ones that your target market are on, and just make sure you have high quality content coming from them. Other aspects of digital marketing that you want to probably learn are Google Ads, for instance, paid media. And so create an account, link that to your website, set up you can import your goal conversions, and you have to put your payment method, and then maybe you can start with the initial kind of performance max campaign. That's the newest kind of AI platform, and then you could probably even set up Facebook and Instagram meta ads, just because those are kind of the main platforms. I would say Bing ads are starting to become more relevant as AI is ChatGPT is taking a lot more, starting to take some market share away from Google, but Google is definitely still dominant. I would say from a kind of evergreen platform, I would say YouTube is probably one of the best platforms. I'm definitely bullish on YouTube. Google owns YouTube. YouTube is the largest video search engine in the world, and so you can really connect with people, with your audience, and you can actually put your links to your website, for instance, in your video descriptions, things like that. And so, and I would say with respect to the PPC ad campaigns, yeah, learn how to build out campaigns, search ads, performance max campaigns, display ads, retargeting ads, ad campaigns, and then find best practices. And I think that you can start with a very small ad budget, just so then you can understand how, once you launch the ads, there's usually a learning phase, and then you can start optimizing things as data comes through. And so I think that's a great way to learn digital marketing as well. And then for each social media platform, there's actually best practices, right? So for YouTube, there's ways to optimize videos to get more viewers and engagement. TikTok has its own best practices. Same with X, LinkedIn, Meta, so Instagram and Facebook. They all have their best practices with respect to how to leverage the platform to get the most engagement and most out of it, right? And then there's other aspects of digital marketing, such as creating an email audience, and so you can create a lead magnet to generate emails of your target markets. You can segment them and send them targeted emails. And then there's also, I would say content marketing is super important, right? So we talked about social media content, we talked about video content, as being super important, and then media buying as well, super important, right? And so then there's things like other ways to generate traffic. There's live streaming. So YouTube has live, YouTube Live. There's podcasts. There's also Discord communities, communities on other platforms as well. Facebook groups. So there's a lot of ways to generate new business if you're a small business owner, if you're a coach, a consultant, or a student. So there's a lot of ways to actually learn digital marketing. So, but I would just, I'm a firm believer in creating a tangible plan in order to tackle and then kind of document and understand each step of the way, and you constantly be learning, right? And so when you kind of finish the personal branded content, then perhaps you can, if you're ready to start a business, for instance, then you can kind of follow the exact same steps in creating that online presence, because without that online presence, then you pretty much have to rely on in-person referrals or in-person networking, right? Which is also an important aspect to lead generation. But if you really want to leverage online, then it's important to understand digital marketing and how to leverage that, right? So, and it's important to note finally that the industry, as mentioned in the beginning of this video, that the industry is constantly changing. It's always evolving, and as AI is taking a strong hold in the digital marketing space, it's going to continue to grow and evolve. And so being on the forefront of understanding those updates is super important if you want to excel and do well and have high performance with respect to digital marketing. With that said, yeah, those are some quick tips in terms of how I would actually start learning digital marketing today if I were to start from scratch, start all from the beginning in 2024. This may evolve and change in the next few months or next year, for instance. And so, it's always important also as professionals to stay on top of the latest and greatest in terms of the how the landscape and the marketplace is evolving with respect to digital marketing. With that said, I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. Until next time, have yourself a great rest of your day. Bye now. Take care.